In today's video, I'm gonna show how I designed and built a second-gen Daihatsu Copen for my LEGO Kei-Car collection. As usual, I started with the base of the car. I never built any Daihatsus before, so Copen been on my list for a while. But instead of doing first-gen model, I decided to go with a newer one, which was presented at the 2013 Tokyo Motor Show, a year after first-gen model was discontinued. The base itself was designed to be as simple as possible, with everything built on just several 12x2 plates, which provided exceptional stability for the build. After that, I started to work on the central model that provides connection points for further build. The car entered production in 2014 and had three main versions released: the Copen Rope, Copen Xero and Copen Xplay. I decided to go with the Xplay version of the car because it was the most interesting one in the lineup in my opinion. With this model in place, I also built a simple center console with all the details it needs and added the steering wheel. After that, it was time to work on the front of the model, which have proven to be a pretty difficult task for this build. I really wanted to go with black and orange color variant because it worked really good with my new logo and I never used orange in the models before. The car itself is a sporty Kei-Car with a turbocharged 660cc engine and a small weight of 850 kg. The only competitor it has in its niche is Honda S660. I did a model for it several years ago in the same scale. And now it was time to add the headlights, for which I used these new round tiles, which helped me a lot with getting the right shaping and create a solid connection to this 1x1 plate below, which is also used for the headlight assembly. And right after that, it was time to finish the bonnet. That was designed this way to get shaping right and also incorporate Copen's badge into the design. With all that finished, I moved to the rear of the car, which I think is the most interesting part of this car. I started with expanding the rear part by adding rear wheel connectors and side skirts, and only then I started to build other necessary parts to continue this build. After that, I finished the interior by adding seats and then moved back to the rear of the car to add a third braking light. The model now felt much more complete. But before I finished the rear bumper, I decided to quickly assemble the doors by using some panel pieces that allowed me to fit two minifigures side by side inside the car. And of course I added mirrors. For those I used 1x1 round tiles with the bars sticking out of them. It wasn't a perfect solution, but because of the availability of parts I had to do it this way. Now it was time to finish the rear bumper. It was a pretty complex build because I had to add as much detail as possible in such cramped space. My favorite part of it is that how I used panel pieces to create black highlights around the taillights like in the rear car. For it I used wedge pieces, which are a bit shorter than regular slopes, which allowed this technique to work. Other interesting part is how I reinforced the connection of the bumper by connecting exhaust pipes to these special plates. With the bodywork complete, I had to add some final pieces, like these windscreens that I made out of some flexible tubes, bar holders and minifigure hands. I also built a roof, so the car will be comfortable to drive in all sorts of weather, and finally added the wheels. Now the model is fully complete, and I must say I really like how it turned out, and it is definitely a nice addition to my collection. It fits two minifigures and the roof is easily removable. Other than that, it doesn't have any functions. But what do you think about the model? Let me know in the comments. And before I go, instructions are already available for purchase on my Rubricable page. Thanks for watching and see you next video.